have the courage to face me.
Yeah, don't make them regret it.
Don't make them regret it,
Yeah.
number one. Number two, when it is someone that didn't confront me, and I find out via Facebook or a returned mail or something, I like to be the icebreaker.
Because you are going to end up with a knee-jerk reaction, because someone might call you, someone might text you, you're going to have to immediately respond.
Yeah.
So it's better to be mentally prepared for how do I want to respond to these types of rejections.
And in that, I have to be honest with you, I don't think I can sell you this condo in good faith. Like,
Right. Here's the
I'm going to
problem.
have to sell it one day. I don't know if I'll be able to. What goes around comes around, and how you handle these things is going to determine how your future looks. And the people that either confront me or I confront them, and that it is handled with professionalism and sympathy and grace, those people send me the most referrals.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Hustle Humbly.
We're Alyssa and Katie, two active realtors in the Baton Rouge market. We work for two different companies where we should be competitors, but we have chosen community over competition.
The goal of our podcast is to encourage you to find your own way in business.
So stop comparing yourself and start embracing your strengths.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hey, Katie.
You win some and you lose some.
And we are doing this because it seems as though people like to focus on the you lose some.
Right.
And it's hard when you lose some and you think that the real estate world is picking on you and that this only happens to you, and
Right.
that's just not the truth.
Happens to all of us.
Happens to all of us.
Literally the best of us.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen.
You have to cope with it.
Yeah.
And if you stay buried in that feeling for too long, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to start resenting the industry, negative self-talk. Maybe I shouldn't even be doing this.
Right.
You're going to lose friends.
Yeah.
Have awkward relationships.
Very unpleasant.
Yeah.
And I do firmly believe in real estate karma.
Mhm.
Not everything that happens to you in your real estate business is going to be bad. It's going to even out.
Yes.
It's going to even out over time,
Yes.
right? So we just have to focus on the good stuff and try to what did Connie say about how long you get to be upset?
Oh, she said like a day.
You get one day to
Yeah.
wallow in a lost
Mhm.
deal.
Right. And then the next day you have to
You have to-
start fresh.
You just got to keep moving.
And that's when my friend said, I thought that we had 3 days. And Connie said, it's been shortened.
We're down to one day.
We're moving on.
You can get out. You have one good hour. Cry, take a nap. You have to reset. You do have to do some kind of reset.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to tell us a story or someone else's story?
Well, I feel like lately I have had many people reach out over the course of the last few years.
Uh-huh.
I've had many situations where I have had people come to me and they are nervous and they say something like, hey, I would like to ask you a real estate question, but unfortunately, when the time comes, I do have to use
I won't be hiring you.
this person.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always so nervous.
Mhm.
And I think it's because realtors have developed a reputation for lashing out,
Yeah.
being harsh, being hurt, taking it personal, which is the opposite of professionalism.
Right.
And I do think it's a learned skill. It's an emotional skill. It's a
Yeah.
business skill. It takes growth all around. But what I have become almost, I have really enjoyed when these people come to me saying that, and I am able to be at a place where I can respond and say, listen, I hear you. There are over 3,500 realtors in our market,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been blessed enough in my business
Right.
that you need to make the decisions that are best for
Right.
you without taking my feelings into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
I will help you in any way that I can.
Yeah.
And I understand at the end of the day, you're making decisions for you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need to be considered.
Right.
You know, I would love to help you.
Right.
And I would love to work with you. But I want you to make the decision that's best for you.
Yeah.
And to see the look of relief
Right, they're like, oh, thank goodness.
they are shocked
right.
when I respond that way.
Yeah.
Completely. Sometimes I've had one person get emotional
Oh,
and be like,
they're
I have been dreading this for so long
It's
and you're
okay.
so nice. And I'm like,
what did you think I was going to do?
I know. She's like, I just didn't want to hurt your feelings and it's awkward and I didn't want our friendship to be weird.
I think it gets even a little trickier when we're talking about building our businesses on relationships.
Yes.
And relationships aren't siloed like business and personal. You're building it because you're making it more personal, right? So then they feel like they don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. Hey, Hustle Humbly community, we've got an update we're really excited about.
Our monthly lives are officially getting a new name. Say hello to the Hustle Humbly Hangout.
And here's what that means. We're stepping away from teaching style classes during our monthly lives because honestly, you already get weekly teachings from us on the podcast.
The Hustle Humbly Hangout is different. This is your time. It's a space to listen in, share what you're working through, and talk about what's feeling tricky in your business right now.
We're brainstorming, problem solving, and working together to come up with ideas and solutions that actually help your business.
So once a month, come hang out with us. Tell us what you've got going on and let's figure it out together.
We can't wait to get to know you the way you already know us.
Not in community? Come join us at hustlehumblypodcast.com/membership. I had it happen to me literally last week.
Oh.
I saw one of my clients who I've done 3 transactions with. I saw her kids like out and about like during the summer, and I just snapped a picture and I texted it to her. I'm like, looks like they're having fun, like out and about. And she's like, yeah, they are. I said, I hope your summer's going good, whatever. And then like I can see her 3 dots and she's typing and she's typing and she's typing. And I'm like, oh my God, what could she? I'm just like, how's it going?
Yeah.
And then she's like, I have been meaning to tell you that we are actually relocating out of state.
Oh.
And we love you. But my husband has gotten really close with our kids' friend's dad, and he's an agent. So we're going to let him sell the house. And I'm like, that's totally fine. Tell me more about your move.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me know.
We worked together 3 times.
That's a lot.
I'm not going to be like, oh, you're dead to me.
Right.
You're dead to me.
How dare you?
I mean, I obviously knew her well enough to recognize her kids out in the world.
Yeah.
I can't just be like, oh.
Were you sad a little?
Yeah, I'm sad because I like them. They're good people and they're good clients.
Yeah.
And they live in a cute house.
How was her response when you said, tell me about your move?
She was totally fine. We just went on having a normal conversation like normal humans would.
Right.
Like people who were friends would continue to converse.
Because I feel like the alternative would have been, not only am I not your realtor anymore, but I'm not your friend.
We're done. We are
done. I'm putting you in my burn book.
You're in the book. Because look, how do I know this girl doesn't move back later?
Right.
It's happened to me multiple times.
You know what else I have found? The people that have come to me and told me one way or another, and look, sometimes they don't come to you.
Yeah, they just do it behind your back.
And it hurts.
And your Christmas card gets returned.
And and it's so sad.
Yeah.
But I find those people were the most afraid. They couldn't call you. They couldn't face you.
They hope you don't find out.
They hope that you just see and never confront them because they're not good with confrontation.
A lot of people are like that.
I know. And so it's like, I appreciate even more the people that come to me and just say, this is the situation. And my professional goal is to make the people that have the courage to face me.
Yeah, don't make them regret it.
Don't make them regret it, number 1. Number 2, when it is someone that didn't confront me, and I find out via Facebook or a returned mail or something, I like to be the icebreaker.
Yeah, what do you say?
Depends. Like, I had a client who we were in full swing talks about listing and selling her house.
Yeah.
They were going to buy something else, and she clicked a Zillow button. And I looked on Facebook one day, and her house was listed by her. And I was like, wait. So I messaged her and said, hey, what happened? Because we had been talking about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my gosh, I have been telling myself I needed to call you and I couldn't because I'm just not good with confrontation, obviously. She was like, we saw a house on Zillow and we clicked a button and we went and saw it. And then we told the guy that we had an agent and he was like, well, too bad. I showed you the house first. So I'm your agent now. And if you want this house, then I'm the one who has to sell it to you.
Yeah.
Again, this was before BBAs.
Yeah.
And she said that she just went, oh, okay. And he was
Because
like,
he bullied her.
He
literally bullied her.
She even used those words. And she said that he said, if you buy this with me, I'll do X percent.
He was going to cut his commission on the listing.
Yes. And her husband was like, I mean, I guess we should just do this. You know, he's already here. We do want this house.
And we don't want to spend more money.
Right. And so she was like, I'm just so sorry. And I was like, thank you for explaining.
Yeah.
I was wanting to because it was listed for the same price I had told her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it wasn't a price thing. She said, I have so many regrets and I wish I was a stronger, like, confronter, not just with you, but with him.
Right.
But it all happened so fast and I'm just so sorry. So anywho, the whole point is that the people that either confront me or I confront them, and that it is handled with professionalism and sympathy and grace, those people send me the most referrals.
Because they're like, I can do something.
Yeah.
It's not for nothing.
It's not because of you.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Yes.
I had a client who I sold many, many homes. It's always these husbands, you know.
True.
I had a girl who I sold many homes to, and she got married, and he moved in, and she let me know. She called me. I thought this was kind of funny because she called me and was like, I have to tell you something. I said, okay. She said, you know, I've been married a year, and we need a bigger house, and we are at odds on who to use as our agent because my husband has an agent.
Okay.
And I said, well, first of all, I love that you are both so loyal.
Right.
To your agent.
Yeah, you got to pick one.
And she was like, well, thank you. She said, so we have come to a compromise.
Oh.
We will use each of you, one to sell, one to buy. But I fought for you, and you get to pick which one you want.
What did you pick? Buy?
At that time in the market, I said, well, I'm gonna sell it. I'm going to sell your house. I knew the house. I knew I could sell it. I knew she bought well. I knew her furniture was cute.
You were like,
it was a good neighborhood. Okay. And she also prefaced it with, we're not really sure what we're looking for.
Oh, you're like,
I'm like, you know, I'm just going to sell your house.
Give me the easy route.
So I got first preference.
Okay, well, that was nice.
I also had a lender call me once and said, okay, I need to sell and buy.
Okay.
This is hard because I have so many realtors.
Yeah.
But we are not going to use the same realtor for selling and buying.
Okay.
He specifically said, I want you to sell my house. No, he specifically said, I want you to help me buy.
Okay.
And I just wanted to make sure that you are okay that I'm going to be using someone else to list it. Okay. And I was like, absolutely. Honestly,
sure. One deal's better than no deals.
I'm thankful to even be considered in your lineup. Like, that's totally fine. And he goes, I just have to tell you that I already called the agent who would be listing my house, and this phone call has gone so much better. It almost makes me wish you would just be able to do both.
Because they were mad?
They were aggravated and tried to, like, pitch themselves.
Fascinating.
On both.
Just let me do both.
Right. So I was like, wow, that's interesting.
You were like, thank you for this opportunity.
Right. Right. So it just goes to show, and I think it's good for y'all to hear us share these stories because your brain is processing this and thinking and preparing you.
Yes.
It's preparing you.
Because you are going to end up with a knee-jerk reaction because someone might call you, someone might text you. You're going to have to immediately respond.
Yeah.
So it's better to be mentally prepared for how do I want to respond to these types of rejections.
And in that note, if it is a text or a DM or an email, something in writing, I do suggest taking a minute.
Yeah.
Process. You're going to be upset. You do not want to respond.
Do you want to tell them what you do now when you want an angry type?
Oh, yes. when I I just did this to a seller who won't reduce the price and has rejected 4 very great offers.
Right.
Katie goes, "Are you typing in a long email in ChatGPT?"
She was just going to town.
And I was like, "I am." And she was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because I'm angry, and this is an angry email." And
she types it as the angry email.
Yes, I type it exactly how I feel.
Into the AI.
Yes.
And then says, make this
professional and kind.
And it waters down your anger.
Yeah.
It cools down your anger.
It takes the emotion out while keeping the facts
also,
what I stated.
It keeps you from accidentally hitting send on something.
Oh yeah.
You know, like when you're angry typing,
and then you're like, "Wait, no, I didn't mean to send it. That's the unedited version."
Right.
Yeah.
This method's way better.
So take a minute, and there's a lot of competition out there, and there isn't as many clients as there was a few years ago.
Right.
So it's sort of a reminder. I had a new agent be like, "You lose people?" I was
Everyone
like,
loses
all the
people.
time. Sometimes I wonder, maybe I'm losing too many sometimes.
Right.
Like sometimes I wonder, but I do track and I check numbers, and it's just part of it. And the more business you do, the more opportunity there is to lose some.
Right.
But it's almost like when people say, "Oh, I had to pay so much in taxes." It's like, that means you made a lot of money.
Yeah, good news.
Good news. You made a lot of money.
You had more at-bats.
Yes.
So more chances to win and lose.
Yeah.
It's all going to happen.
But I genuinely believe you have to find a way to not let this business consume you.
For sure.
Because if you are going to take everything personal, make it about you, it's just one of those things that you're going to dislike this business and become a bitter person.
Yeah.
And we don't want y'all to be those people.
No.
So.
No. All right. Do you want me to read this story from our listener?
Sure.
Okay.
We felt like some of our emails are like, "Dear Alyssa and Katie.
Yeah,
I have a situation."
Right. This isn't their words. This is our words.
Yeah,
we heard from an agent who has what she calls a shopper.
Yes.
Not quite a client. Not quite a buyer. You know the type.
Yes. Yes. Just lookies.
She's shown this person a lot of homes over the past couple of years, and just when things start to feel serious, the person ends up signing another lease without really communicating.
The worst.
Now the shopper's back. So this has been happening on and off for sign a lease, 6 months later, pops back up. Or
my lease is ending soon. I need to buy a house again.
Okay, now the shopper's back, wants to casually look again over the next few months, but isn't pre-approved and basically said, if I don't find anything, I'll just renew my lease. That's what I've been doing every time.
Great.
The agent is frustrated and she doesn't want to turn her away. But the price point is hard and low for her market, and it's already been a big time investment with no results. So the question was, how do you handle this in a professional way while protecting your time and energy? How do you handle it?
This, I think, is also a good reminder, because we are talking about when you lose a client because they didn't hire you.
Yeah, but sometimes.
And then there's situations like this where you feel like, I'm going to lose them. But sometimes you haven't lost anything.
Right.
And she has been through this a few times.
Because they were never going to be anything.
Right.
What's that quote? When someone tells you who they are, believe them.
Yes.
This girl literally said, I'll just check out a few things, not get pre-approved, and then I'll just renew my lease if I can't find anything.
Right.
Like, she's telling you what her plan is.
And this is one of the perfect situations to go back and listen to the Be the Boss episode. What I love about real estate is that the client is not always right. The customer is not always right.
No.
Like,
there's still process.
You are the professional.
Yeah.
And you say, I will help you on my terms. You're going to get an updated pre-approval letter. We're doing a buyer consultation. You're signing the buyer rep agreement. If you do these things, we will go look at houses.
Yeah.
If you don't do these things, we will not work together.
And that just is them telling you they're not a real buyer.
Yeah. If they don't want to know their numbers,
doesn't matter.
They aren't going to buy that house.
They can't.
let some other agent who doesn't listen to Hustle Humbly show
Spin
that
their
buyer,
wheels.
show that buyer homes. That buyer will find a home and want to make an offer.
Yeah.
That buyer will then get pre-approved and go, oh my gosh, this is my monthly note and how much cash I need to have. Well, I'm
Right.
just going to renew my lease.
Right. Will you tell us the story of the buyer that called you on your
Yes.
listing?
Yes.
Because I think it is related.
So I got a call on one of my listings and he's like, hey, I really want to see this house. You know, can we go now? I said, no, we can't.
Nice try.
But I can get some information from you. Do you have an agent? Are you pre-approved? We can have a little phone call first, and then I can send you over this agreement so you can see it. I just want to see this house. I said, I hear you, but you know, by law, I have to have something signed to show you the home. And my seller who lives here would like to know that everybody who comes inside her home has been pre-approved. And then he proceeds to tell me how much money he has and how he's been pre-approved. And I'm like, fine. And listen, I can send you like a one-time one show, and I said, or you can call your own agent. Because I told him, I said, I don't have to represent you, but
Yeah.
I still need to like get some information from you.
Right.
He said, well, I want you to represent. I want to go through the listing agent. Kept saying that. And I was like, I'm happy to show it to you, but I need some sort of documentation that you are pre-approved. He goes quiet. 2 days later, I get a message from an agent who's like, hey, Alyssa, I think my client called you. He wanted to see the house. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just want to let you know how our conversation went. I said, I'm not upset at all. But he did tell me he didn't have an agent. And, you know, and she's like, I could beat him. I have done like 3 transactions with him over the years. He knows better than this. And I'm like, I just think it's important I said, do you have a buyer rep? I said, look, this is your business. I don't even know this agent. I said, I just want to if it was my client out there doing this, I would want to know. I would want to know. I said, so whatever your business is,
right,
you need to make sure you have a buyer rep agreement because he is going a little bit rogue.
Very rogue.
And she was like, thank you for telling me. And they made an appointment. They went and saw it. And I forget. I mean, he never bought anything.
No.
But I remember in the back of my mind going, what if this is the person that's going to be the buyer and I'm losing them?
Right.
Because I'm sticking to my boundaries. Like I'm sticking to the rules. My seller is pretty adamant about verifying everything. So this is just what I have to do.
Yeah.
And there really wasn't a gray area because my rules were my rules. And I never lost anything.
He didn't even buy.
This was a situation, he rented. He ended up renting.
There's nothing you can lose.
Because I did follow up with the agent and he ended up renting. But it made me go, in this situation, I gained.
Yeah.
I didn't have to get a sitter for my kids while I run and show this house. I didn't have to move my seller out.
You know what they say. Dodged a bullet.
I did. I dodged a bullet.
It was just going to be nothing but trouble.
But some people would think, oh, I just have to go. I just have to run. I have to Pop-Tart over there.
Yeah.
I have to Pop-Tart over there and just do what the client says to do, how they want it done.
Yeah, because I'm desperate. Oh, we had that episode about desperate agents.
Yeah.
And just, it's really honestly about your mindset. This episode is very much about your mindset.
Yes.
How are you going to respond in these times of trial? And how are you going to see it if a client shows up who you think everybody is going to be a transaction? That's just not the case.
Yeah.
I mean, some people think they want to buy or sell and they never do.
Right.
They never do. Okay. Do you want to tell us another story?
Let's see what we got on the list. Oh, okay. Yes. So this is fresh. I feel like this year I have been in a little bit of a price range funk.
Okay.
Like I've been doing this, a while now, and I just thought at some point
Right.
I would have clients that could at least look in like the 500 to 700
You're like,
range.
where did they go?
I'm like, do I have the sign stuck on my back still that says like,
New agent?
yeah, that's how I feel
New
this year.
New?
So, and it's just been really hard because the market's hard and these buyers are so sensitive to the monthly note that we can't even go up
Like-
from 220 to 225.
Right. You're stuck.
Yeah, so it's just been really hard. I'm closing things, but I am working a lot.
Right, okay.
So anywho, I have a past client call me. I sold her this fabulous house years ago.
Perfect.
She's like, okay, I need to get closer to my kids. I need you to sell my house. I need to buy a house. I have a list of houses. I've already talked to the lender who we used last time. I'm already pre-approved. You know, my budget is $650. I'm like,
You're like, great.
thank the Lord. Here we
Perfect.
go. I have been waiting on this call. You're perfect. I don't even have to ask you any questions because you just gave me everything I needed to know. So she's like, here's the 8 houses I want to go see. And I'm like, do you want to pick your top 5 and we can start there? No, I want to see them
to see all of these.
all at once. I'm like, okay, that's fine. We can make this work.
Yeah.
We talked about her house. It would be like $550. I'm like, sweet. This is going to be like,
great.
You know, a 7-figure transaction. And I love this lady and I love her houses. Everything's good. So we spend the whole day and we look at all these houses and we found some really good contenders. Like really good. I was pumped.
Like, hooray.
So the next morning I wake up to a long email that just says, you know, after sleeping on it, we've just decided that none of the houses that we saw are quite enough to make us leave our fabulous house.
Okay.
And we're maybe thinking instead of like moving closer, that we're just going to buy like a little condo closer.
Like keep 2 properties.
And just keep 2 properties. And she sends me a link to this condo that they've decided to buy instead and not sell their house. And I open it and it's $70,000. And I just went,
You're like, whoa.
I mean, this is like par for my year that my 1.3
just evaporated just like that.
My potential 7-figure went to 70,000. But anyway, I looked through the condo docs and the condo's like a mess.
Right.
Docs, I mean, the reserves are terrible. All the things are just terrible. And I just said, listen, I have to be honest with you. I don't think I can sell you this condo in good faith. Like,
right. Here's the
I'm going to
problem.
have to sell it one day. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know if this is the answer for you. Maybe you should just stay put. We can watch the market. And I'm telling the lender, and the lender's like, so you talked her out of buying anything.
You went from 2 deals to 1 small deal to no deals.
Yeah, and she was like, you just talked her out of buying anything? I was like,
that's
what I did. She was like, wow, you're a really good salesman. But I didn't tell you this part. I was saving it for the show.
God, but what?
So she emailed me back and she said, you're right. We probably don't need to look into owning that with these issues. Thank you so much for understanding.
Yes.
You know, this is such a process, such a big move. And looking at those houses just gave us so much clarity for what we needed. And she said, but hey, listen, my friends who live like around the corner from us, they're going to be selling very soon. I have given them your name. But I just thought, see, if I had been mad, tooty, annoyed.
Right. Didn't show them the 8 houses.
Yeah.
Like forced them into 5.
Right.
They would have just been like, oh, she doesn't want to work with us.
Yeah, let's just leave her alone.
Yeah.
Let's just leave her alone.
Yeah.
So what goes around comes around, and how you handle these things is going to determine how your future looks. And I can remember there was a girl who I was in a sorority with in college, and we were friends, and I saw we had even kept in touch, and I saw she had bought a house. And I was new. So I was disappointed.
Yeah, you're more disappointed in the beginning.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And just thought,
You get used to being beaten down later.
now I was also a little bit mad at myself because I thought, we've kept in touch, but I've never really thought of her as a potential. I don't talk to her about real estate.
Right.
And maybe I should have been a little bit more intentional
Okay.
there. Maybe she should have been in my database.
Yeah.
But I was brand newer. And at that time, my database was like, I don't know.
It was your wedding list.
Yeah, like she didn't come to my wedding, you
Right.
know? And it just wasn't what it is today.
Okay.
Well, 6 years later, so
Mhm.
it is 2017, she calls me to sell her house.
Okay.
And I was like,
All right.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's working.
Right.
And I went to the house. It was so cute. I sold it very quickly, helped her buy her next house. And I have no idea why she didn't call the agent.
The original.
I have no idea
Yeah.
why. But I know I kept the friendship friendly.
Mhm.
And I know when she would post renovations that she did, or, you know, one time she had posted a before and after picture of her flower beds that she had
Mhm.
spent all weekend on. And I
Wow.
left like this long comment and asked what kind of flowers they were.
Yeah.
And it's like, now we are developing a house relationship.
Yeah.
And 6 years later, when it came time to make a decision
Yeah.
on who to call, it wasn't the agent who was ugly to her for using someone else to buy a house.
No. Right.
Like, you win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. Ever had a buyer freak out right before closing?
Yep, and it's usually because they didn't really do their due diligence.
That's why we created the Make Sure You're Sure template, a free email you can send to your buyers during the inspection period.
It helps them feel confident, ask the right questions, and avoid last-minute regrets.
Less panic, more peace of mind.
Grab the free template now at hustlehumblypodcast.com/makesure.
All right, I have a listener story.
Okay.
I got a bit of a sucker punch this week. Back in 2020, I helped these buyers purchase their home. We had a great transaction. I showed them a ton of houses, worked hard negotiating, and they were thrilled with the outcome. Since then, I've stayed in touch consistently. They've been invited to every client event, included in gifts and Popeyes, and in my regular text. They regularly text me with real estate questions.
I don't like where this is going.
He's also referred several people to me over the years. Okay, good. This is a great client.
Yeah.
Though none have resulted in a transaction. Well, that's all right. Then I got this text Sunday night. Hope you're doing well. We are looking to find a quick sale for our house. Unfortunately, we do not have a company-sponsored relocation, so we are looking to sell our house as economically as possible. We have found a few realtors willing to offer reduced commissions. Before we sign with them, we wanted to know if that is something you would also entertain.
I mean, it is hurtful. Because they're putting a price on how they value you, but guess what? That's what we are.
Yeah, I mean.
Like, we cost money.
Yeah.
And yes, sometimes you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for, okay?
Yeah.
I do find it hurtful when people are saying basically, it makes you feel like you're not worth it.
Right. They're like, well, we are only going to pick an agent, even though you've put in all this time and effort and we've obviously used you before. We're only going to pick an agent based on the number.
And the only thing I can say about this is that I appreciate that, one, the client is communicating openly.
Yeah.
Number two, the client is letting the agent know this isn't about you.
Yeah.
This is actually a financial decision.
Yeah.
So the client is actually being the one treating this like a business decision, although I think the client is failing to consider what they're getting for what they're paying for.
Right. You get what you pay for.
But I know it just doesn't make you feel good when people say, I can't use you because you're too expensive.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, it feels like you're being devalued, right? Especially if you've been giving them advice. I've had it where I went to a listing appointment, told them everything to do, and then they do it all, and a few months later, they list it with someone else. And I'm like, what happened? And they're like, oh, well, they were giving us a discount commission. I'm like, but I already did all the hard work.
And that's where our episode recently
Uh-huh.
came from, about
Yeah.
how to protect yourself
Right.
from that happening, because I know we have both.
So I've learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Right? My lesson there is I can't give away all the information. I can't tell you everything you need to do without you committing in some way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how you learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you learn.
How would you have responded?
To this, I mean,
Before we sign with this
Ugh.
discount broker, we want to know if this is something you would entertain.
I definitely would say, look, I want to work with you again. This is what my fee is because this is what I'm going to do. If you can find another agent who is as experienced as I am, who knows you as well as I do, who is doing all this list of things as well for less money, I guess, okay.
You have to make your decision.
Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I understand you're making a decision based on the amount.
Right. And she's letting them know this is strictly a financial decision.
Right.
So if you're only going to look at the finances, then best of luck.
I mean, I don't think I would just let people go, right? I'm going to at least try to politely fight for myself.
Sure.
Like, these are things I'm going to do. We have a previous relationship. I have been helping you through XYZ, and here's what I'm going to do in your listing, and that's what cost X.
Yes.
If they're going to charge you Y and do the same thing, I respect your decision.
I also think the times, I've been the second listing agent many, many times, and typically I would say, let's say half of those times I was following a discount agent.
Okay.
That was either a flat fee to go into the MLS, but I don't do anything, or whatever the case may be. And by the time I got there, they were so happy to be done. And it's one of those situations, too, where how you respond, if your response is, here's what I'll do, I know you best, da-da-da-da-da, this is what I charge, but at the end of the day, I understand you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
I will certainly keep it in mind for buyers. I wish you the best. And when their house goes on the market, you say, the photos look great. I would have fixed those drapes, but I'm just going to keep that to myself.
Right.
Then they call you 3 months later when it didn't sell. But are you leaving that door open for that phone call?
For sure.
Or are you throwing a toddler tantrum?
Right.
And they're never going to feel comfortable.
But I invited you to all my client events.
Right.
Rude.
I gave you that pop by for 4th of July. Like, who cares?
Didn't you enjoy those sparklers?
Yeah. It's like, if we don't laugh about it, we cry about it. And I do think this is what helps you move on.
I mean, you also have to always, always, always think about yourself as a consumer.
Yeah.
Like, that people have certain consumer behaviors. Think about your own.
Yep.
What would you do in their shoes? I mean, that's a good way to kind of reset your mind. Let's talk about it from the frame of mind of firing a client.
Okay.
I find that later in my career, I've gotten more like, I'm okay if I have to fire you.
Yeah.
But this is what happened. I had this set of clients who were in a divorce.
Okay.
And we're preparing for the market. And there's a lot of back and forth, and it's obviously an uncomfortable situation, right? We're all in communication, but, finances are tight. A lot of things that need to be done with this house, okay? And then all of a sudden, I start just getting like rapid fire emails, like tons and tons and tons of emails, kind of like basically I'm witnessing an argument via email.
Oh, they're emailing each other, fighting.
With me copied.
But you're still copied.
I'm still there because it is about the house.
Sure.
Sort of. So I'm like, oh my. And then I was just like, this is going on for like hours and hours. I'm like,
so you get in your email and you have like 50 emails.
I was like, I've got to let these people go. Like, I don't think I have the mental fortitude to handle this situation. I want to, but I don't know that I do.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, but I'm going to have to say something regardless. Even if I'm firing them, I'm going to have to say, I'm firing you.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to like think this through, and I'm going to write the email that tells them how I need them to behave. And if they respond negatively, then I'll just be like, that's it.
Yeah.
This is you must do this. So I typed up my email, and I was very professional, and their response, well, one party's response was a side email that was like, thank you.
Thank you for putting it into this.
Just thank you for laying down the law.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wow,
sure.
they thanked you for being the boss and telling them how
Correct.
it needed to go?
Right.
Wow. Okay.
And I was like, but the ultimate lesson for myself was I was ready to just respond with, this isn't going to work out.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, no, I'm just going to tell them what I need them to do and what's appropriate, and let's see how they respond.
Mm-hmm.
But I was okay. The ultimate piece of it was I was okay with firing them.
Yeah.
And it changed how I responded.
Sure.
If I had just been, because they were starting to kind of take some digs at me, and I'm like, I'm not in this.
No.
I am not in this.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? If I had just fired them and not been like, I'm just proud of myself.
Yeah.
That I stopped and said, I don't need, I would love to close a sale.
Yes.
But I can't in this environment.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to work. But I think it's hard for us to even think we would ever fire someone who's even a potential possible buyer or seller.
Right. I know. And I appreciate especially when I know ahead of time.
Yeah.
How difficult this is going to be, because I have sort of mastered the art of detaching.
Yeah.
And saying, okay, well, my seller is disgruntled, but I know I did everything I was supposed to do, so I'm just going to sleep good tonight.
Yeah.
And I can't wake up in the middle of the night thinking how mad he is, or thinking about that text that they sent or the email that was sent. I mean, I have gotten to where I can detach. Mm-hmm. I had a client recently say, listen, I know I've been talking to you about wanting to work together, but as we approach because I kept saying, when you're really ready, let's, all of us, you and your husband, let's all sit together and just have this conversation. Yeah. And it got to the point where she wanted to go see a house. And I was like, but we haven't had our consultation.
Right. We're not ready.
Yeah. It's like we're friends. So every time she sees me, we talk about real estate. And she basically said, listen, I just have to be honest with you. My husband doesn't really like agents. He used to be a builder back when we lived in another state. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to sign this buyer rep agreement. I said, listen, I hear you. She also said, he is a great guy, and I know him. He is a great guy. She said, he is a great guy, but when it comes to business, he can be a little cutthroat. And I said, well, I hear you. And let me just tell you, over my course of my career, I have worked with people that would make your husband look like a saint.
Right.
Number one. Number two, the buyer rep agreement is new since the last time you bought a house.
And required.
If he had a consultation or Googled, I said, tell him to Google it.
Right.
He would learn this is not an Alyssa Jenkins form.
Right.
This is a national form required by law.
Yeah.
So no matter who you choose as your agent, this form must be signed to be shown property and have an agent represent you as a buyer.
Yeah.
I said, I am not worried at all about being able to handle him. However, if you are worried and you think this is going to mess up our friendship, I don't want it.
Right.
Because I want you comfortable. I want him comfortable.
Yeah.
I have no problems.
Right.
I can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I think that's what I needed to hear. And I was like, okay, well, think on it. And this is all fresh, so they're not doing anything right now.
Yeah.
But I didn't show any houses, and we never had a consultation. And this is one where I'm like, if I know now, if they get serious, there is no skipping this buyer consultation.
No.
There are some situations where we've phone talked, we've emailed, we've chatted.
You've done it in parts.
We've done it in parts as they have reached out, and then they get pre-approved, and then we plan to have the buyer consultation, but a house comes up, and we just meet at the house, and we discuss everything, and they've already signed everything. Everything's done, just a different format of getting there. But it let me know with this particular couple,
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved
Right.
unless we all sit down at the same table first.
Yeah.
Because he needs to know who's running the show.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to know she doesn't need to worry about me handling this.
Yeah.
Now, if it got to where someone was being verbally abusive,
Right.
name calling,
Yes.
that's different. That's
Right.
completely different than being a cutthroat businessman.
Right.
Right?
If you're being treated poorly, I can assure you those people aren't also planning to write you a 5-star review.
100%.
So, like, think about it as protecting your reputation.
Mhm.
If you feel like I have to walk away from this situation, when people are unhappy like that and treating you poorly and unhappy with the process, that goes all the way through.
Yeah.
And it's actually a real liability what if they do make a review?
Yeah.
What if you manage to eke over the finish line and they were still mad?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I am mentally preparing myself.
Oh gosh, for a bad review?
No, to see them list their house for sale with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I would be upset.
Yeah.
Not upset. I mean, I would be disappointed. I would be hurt.
Yeah.
It's a great house. It's a good price point. I love the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I would be disappointed and annoyed, and I would have to give myself my 24 hours, and then I would just have to move on.
Yeah, you just have to move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to hit any of these other stories you missed? Before we do, we have a nice list of little nuggets, little reminders.
Let's just go to that.
We're going to rapid fire them.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Go.
Where are we starting?
Look, you're going to start right here and all the way down. We're going to do
some reminders.
These are our quick reminders.
Okay, ready? I'll go first.
Go.
You win some, you lose some. That's not a flaw in your business. It is the business.
It's the business.
It's the business.
If you stay in this industry long enough, every single one of us will get our feelings hurt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Separate your worth from the transaction. You are not a bad agent or a failure if this deal doesn't work out.
That's a really important one.
Mm-hmm.
Not every client who loves you will hire you again.
Or will hire you at all.
Sometimes they make a financial decision, not a personal one.
The goal is not to keep every client forever. The goal is to serve people well and leave every relationship better than you found it. I think my friend, when we met, so she could tell me how nervous she is, left going, I think I thought Alyssa like dabbled in real estate,
Right.
But she's like legit.
She's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she said as much.
Don't let one disappointing transaction make you forget the hundreds of people who were grateful for your help.
Yes. Talk about your feel-good folder.
Okay, so I have kept for a long time, from the very beginning in my career, if someone sent me like a nice review or a really nice email, especially after a transaction, I would print it and put it in my binder. My binder is so fat.
Yeah.
It's 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have the same thing for Hustle Humbly where we'll just save nice emails from our listeners into a folder. Mm-hmm. And you need a feel-good folder because there are going to be days when you're like, why am I doing this?
I'm actually not good at this.
It's really important to refocus yourself onto the things that were positive when people said nice things about you, that you did a good job, that they had such a pleasant experience. Mm-hmm. Feel-good folder is crucial.
All right. Bitterness is expensive. It costs you referrals, opportunities, and peace of mind.
Just your mind. Just your mind. Okay. The longer you're in real estate, the more important your reputation becomes. So those reviews, protect that more than your pride.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just better to cut them loose.
Right.
People remember how you acted when they didn't choose you.
That's the part they remember.
Yes.
They almost don't remember who they used. Mm-hmm. But they'll remember how you acted.
I do have one more story for the end.
Okay. Do you want to tell us now?
Yeah,
tell us now.
Okay.
Tell us now.
I had a really good friend. Okay. We like grew up together. Mm-hmm. We got married. Our husbands are friends. I was friends with her husband before they got married. Like good people. She reaches out to me. I'm new. So let's preface that. It's like I'm 1 year in.
Okay.
And she is telling me, asking me for advice, buying house. I think we even looked at some before buyer rep agreements. Mm-hmm. We went to dinner at their house where they were renting. And at the dinner table, the wife is like, we have some news. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are they pregnant? Like, what's happening? Like, I'm so
Right.
excited.
Mhm.
And she's like, we bought a house.
And you're like, what? Oh, right in the heart.
I just was like this, like, oh. And her husband immediately like put his head in his hands, like I told you this isn't the way we needed to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was upset, very hurt.
Did-
I wasn't like, how could you? But I just was like, that's awesome. And you could tell I was like swelling a little in the tonsils. And my husband, Tanner, is like, just puts his hand on my back. He knows. And because he also knows, like, he lives with me and he saw that first year how hard
it's
it
hard.
was.
He's like,
And
oh God, now I'm witnessing rejection right
I'm
in
watching
person.
it. I'm watching
He's
it.
like, this is terrible.
This is not good. And I think he knew how excited I was to be working with them.
Yeah.
And I just got out of there as quickly as I could. Like, I just said, I'm so happy for y'all.
That's amazing.
I have to go. Like, they knew I was upset. I said, I just think
Oh, like you got up and like left.
we were at the end of dinner.
Thank goodness.
And I was like, I have to go. Like, I need to leave. And she was like, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, I know. It's fine.
I need a moment to myself.
Yes. I was like, I just think I need a minute.
This is not the place or the time.
Yeah. And I left. We left very quickly. And her husband on the way out was like, hey, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's okay. And I like got in the car and I cried in the car.
Well, yeah, you're like, I have to go so I can cry, people.
Yeah, that's actually,
I'm not going to cry at the table.
I was like a ticking time bomb.
You're like, there's no time for this.
I also truly didn't appreciate the way.
The delivery.
No. Like, I was.
Great news.
Yeah.
Screw you, Alyssa.
Right. Like, I just wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
The next day, I have a text from her. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I am not good with confrontation. I just thought I would try to keep it light. And I realize now
But it wasn't light for you.
Right. It wasn't light for you. And at this time, like, oh my gosh, it was such a hurtful thing. And I just told her that I said it was very hurtful.
Yeah.
Because I was so surprised and I felt like everyone was looking at me.
Yeah, like how are you going to react?
And
There's nothing worse than everyone
needed
looking
to
at to see how you were going to react.
Yeah. And I said, I just needed to be alone. Obviously, I love y'all. Y'all are some of our greatest friends, but I just needed a minute. I said, and I did say, I also just don't really understand.
What was the reason?
Because I didn't reach out to you.
Right.
You reached out to me.
Knowing how new you were.
I said, and I said, not now, but later, if you could help me understand, did I do something wrong?
Right.
Like, what happened?
What did happen?
And she basically was like, she said, I'm just a really private person. And I needed to be able to like vent or stress about finances and like talk about this and talk about money and I'm thinking, I love to talk about money.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
But anyway, none of really what she said made a lot of sense to me.
Or made you feel better.
Or made me feel better.
Because it doesn't make sense why she would reach out to you initially.
Right.
Did she
Because she was just wanting to look at houses.
Yeah, the fun part.
Here's where I went wrong as a brand new agent. I was like, oh, my
Let's
best
go.
friend wants to look at houses. I love to look at houses.
You Pop-Tarted right up.
I didn't, year one, say, oh, you want to go see this house? Okay, awesome. May I ask who your lender is? I didn't do all that.
Yeah.
We looked at houses.
Do you know if the house she bought was in the same price range that you had looked in? I know this is so long ago.
I feel like it was.
Okay.
But here is what's crazy.
Oh gosh, what?
It was like a long time later. Like, we stayed friends. There was a quiet...
Right, you needed a moment.
There was a quiet few months or weeks, and then one day we texted to meet at the dog park, and we did, and then we just never looked back and never acknowledged it. And then my business took off, and I am doing great, and I have all these wonderful clients, and then years pass, and she reaches out to me to sell their house.
Okay.
And at this time, I was like, can I tell you something? And she said, yeah. I said, I know when you told me that y'all bought another house, I got upset. I was new. I financially really would have appreciated something at that time. I am so thankful that you are reaching out to me right now to list your house, but I want you to know I am in a different place. My business I have been so blessed in my business. I would love nothing more than to help you sell your house, and I have all the confidence in the world that I can do it. I want to make sure you aren't doing this out of pity.
Because you feel bad.
Yes, out of pity for how it went the first time. I am in a different place, and I want you to be comfortable. So before we move forward, I just wanted to put that out there and wanted to make sure that we were good, and I don't want anything to ever mess up our friendship. And she was like, wow, I feel like we've both been thinking about this since it happened, like the last 6 years, like in the back of our minds. I said, well, kind of. And I just want you to know, like, if you need to use somebody else, you can.
Right.
I am not where I was then. And if it's going to mess up our friendship in any way, I don't want it.
You should have been like, because you're very private with your money.
Right. And she was like, I too am in a different place than I was then, and I have learned a lot.
Great.
And I didn't know this till years later. She said there were so many times during our real estate transaction where me and my husband both said, why didn't we just use Alyssa?
Right.
Like this is it would be so much better if it was her.
Right.
And she said, I thought using you would make me feel like I needed to be guarded and polished and like couldn't have a meltdown or have an emotional moment. But then I realized I actually needed it to be you.
Yeah.
And so I listed and sold their house. I have helped her mom and dad. I have helped her sister. I have helped her best friend. Like the plethora of referrals that have come from this family. And I made it clear I don't want the pity hire. Like
I actually like that this story is you still worked together and ended up getting referrals, even though you actually reacted badly the first time.
I did.
So there is hope for you. If you're like, I do have that one relationship I ruined.
Yeah.
Maybe you could go back and fix it.
I think you could definitely go back in your memory to people where you didn't handle it well.
Yeah.
Maybe you were snippy via text, or I thought we were friends and you're hiring someone else. If you reach out to those people and say, hey, I know we haven't talked in a long time, and I'm here to say that's my fault.
Yeah.
I know I was hurt when you worked with another agent. Looking back on that moment, I was in a different place than I am now. I was in a place where every client and dollar mattered to me.
Yeah.
And my business is, thrived, and I'm so thankful for everything I have now. And when I think back on how I reacted to that loss, I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
Right.
And I just wanted to let bygones be bygones. And I want you to know that I have no negative feelings.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to say.
That's all you have to say.
And they could just move right along. And they'd probably appreciate it. Because I promise you, if you ended a relationship badly like that and never reconfronted it, every single time they see your name, they remember.
Yes.
Like,
they're like, oh.
But you can replace that feeling. You can replace that feeling.
100%.
With one reach out.
For sure.
An 8-year-long strained relationship can be fixed with one text message.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, let's hit the rest of these nuggets.
Okay.
I'm going to show you where we are.
Yes,
please. I see that I'm keeping track.
I don't have a pen.
I know. All right, I'll start. Be the agent who says, no worries, I'm happy for you, and actually means it. Okay?
Sometimes the bigger person gets the last referral.
Every time you choose grace over resentment, you're playing the long game.
The client who didn't hire you today may send you 3 referrals next year.
Exactly. Don't burn a bridge because you're hurt. You may need to cross it again later.
Yes. Real estate is hard enough without carrying a backpack full of grudges.
We just cannot be weighed down by this.
Have you seen the picture of the butterfly tied to the rock?
No.
She's like trying to fly away.
She's carrying this rock.
Yeah.
Well,
It
that's
says-
about right.
And it says, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
You can be disappointed without being difficult.
Oh, that's
good one.
yeah. Give people permission to make decisions that are best for their family, even when it isn't best for your commission.
I mean, right? If you take every business decision personally, this business will eat you alive.
Your value is not determined by whether someone hires you.
Stay professional, stay kind, stay in the relationship.
Yes. At the end of the day, we're building a reputation, not collecting scorecards.
Yep. I love this quote.
This
Don't let
last
a
one.
temporary disappointment turn into a permanent relationship problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all going to pass.
I would be devastated if those friends weren't in my life today.
You would be sad.
I would be.
Right.
It could have gone that way.
It could have gone that way. And look, it doesn't matter who you think is at fault. You just got to repair it. Okay. Do you feel like this was helpful and positive and uplifting?
Yeah. We were like, how do we make a positive and uplifting episode about disappointment?
Right.
But we hope it's helpful and that
Well, we just have to have permission to realize that everyone else is going through the same thing.
yes, we all lose them. It's not just you. Not every single person is going to use you.
No, they're not.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
And maybe you dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So good.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wait, before you go, if you enjoyed this episode and if we brought you value, take a minute to rate the show, leave a review, or drop a comment.
We are giving away our best stuff for free. Find it at hustlehumblypodcast.com/freebies.
We'd also love to see you in Hustle Humbly community. Join us there at hustlehumblypodcast.com/membership.
We love chatting with you in our DMs. Find us on social media at Hustle Humbly Podcast and say hello.
If you have an episode topic or someone you'd like to toast on the show, please email us at team@hustlehumblypodcast.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly Podcast. See you next week.